If you ever wanted to create a website where you can host everything you do with all your content creation, may it be you can see if you're live, and if so, here is your stream. If you create artwork, here's all your artwork. You can download it for free, you can buy it. Pretty much a website for you as a content creator can do whatever you want. My name is Tomo. I stream here on this exact same YouTube channel. You can always feel free to subscribe, and you can always catch me on a live stream, ask me any questions that maybe we didn't talk about. And today I really want to get into a new series, which is basically behind WordPress websites. And more in particular is that it's really going to be a tutorial and a step-by-step guide on everything that you would really kind of need to do to be able to get a website up and running. With WordPress being what it is, if you don't know what WordPress is, I'll explain it in a minute. But basically how WordPress works is that there's 101 different ways you can install it, get a website up and running, do whatever you want with it. This tutorial right here is basically going to be for people who've never heard of WordPress before, don't know how to get it up and running, don't know what plans to buy for hosting, don't know if they should buy hosting, how to get your first theme up, and how to get it looking exactly how you want. This tutorial series is going to be all of that. All the timestamps are going to be below, and there's also going to be a link in the description for all the videos a part of this playlist, because I'm sure this will be something that I update throughout time, and it's not just going to be a one bang video. Now, if you don't know what WordPress is, it's basically a website builder, so such as your Squarespace, your Wix, everything like that, but you don't really see ads for it. But that does not mean that WordPress is not massive. WordPress alone, I believe off the top of my head, takes up 30% of every single website on the internet. So 30% of every single website you ever visit is more than likely built with WordPress. And this goes for anything from a massive conglomerate the whole way down to the little hardware store down the road. Most of these websites will be more than likely running WordPress. WordPress is absolutely open source. It's free to use. You can pay for themes and plugins. We're not going to go that way. We're going to basically do this as cheap as possible. And just so you guys know that I know what I'm talking about, and just so you guys understand me a little bit more, so you feel that I'm a good enough person to be able to walk you through this process, my job day to day is to help people, big or small, create websites, optimize their websites, and make them run better and exactly how they'd like. And I feel that for the people who watch my channel, such as content creators, such as many of you people watching this right now, I feel like I just want to share my expertise with you guys, be able to help you guys get your first website off the floor, and be able to promote yourself and promote your brand across many other channels. So obviously the first thing we're going to need to do is install WordPress. Well, how do you install WordPress, you might ask? Flywheel developed a tool called Local, and Local is a way for you to be able to install a WordPress website on your own local machine, do what you want, not have to pay for anything, any hosting or anything like that. Get your website all fully built, and then when it's all done, you can upload it to the cloud. Now, you can upload it to WP Engine or Flywheel, but you can also just import it anywhere else, wherever you'd like. And that's probably what we're going to do. At the end of the day, I just want to make sure that you guys have a cheap but stable website, and we're going to go every single way that we can to provide that. So let's turn around, let's jump in, and let's start building our first website. So as I mentioned, a great first step for us would be to start off by downloading Local. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So if you go to localwp.com, or you can also check the link in the description down below, you'll be brought to this page where we can create an account or just straight up download it for free. I'm going to gloss over a lot of the functionality with Local. Again, if you are hosting your website with WP Engine or Flywheel at the end of all this, it's great. You'll be able just to press connect and be able to sign in with any of your hosts, maybe your Flywheel account or your WP Engine account. But what we're going to do is if you go straight up to local files, we are going to create a new website, and we're going to call this, I don't know, let's make one for me, for example. So my content creation name is Tomo IRL. So I'm just going to enter my name in right here. That's where we want our website to be. You do also have advanced settings too. So let's say if you want to have a blueprint, you won't have any if this is your first website. You know, you can just name it all different things. Again, we're not going to worry about it. We don't need to press this. Just put in whatever you want to call your website, press continue. I would always recommend to go with the preferred setting. If you know what any of these different things mean, you wouldn't be watching this video. So let's just go with preferred. So now we need to name our WordPress username and password. This is basically how we're going to be able to get into the back end of our website and start designing stuff. So I'm just going to go for admin, your password, set it to whatever you would like. And then obviously your WordPress email, put in your own email here. So I'm using my Gang.live one. Again, we have advanced settings here. So if you want to create a multi-site, you can or you can't. Again, we don't need to worry about that setting. So make sure that you leave the multi-site off. That might be, I don't know, if these web development WordPress type of videos take off, maybe we might look into multi-sites in the future, but it's way beyond what we actually need. Let's just go and add the site, and it's going to start compiling everything, making everything. So we'll just sit back for a minute now and let this do its thing. Now you might get a few pop-ups here from the Windows terminal, you know, wanting to allow this and allow that. Just yes, 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 everything is fine. I will say if you do have an antivirus installed, it can sometimes play with this. If it does, just try to look up the documentation. I will have a link down to the community forums for local in the link below if you do get stuck on any of these processes. But for 99% of people, it's just going to be able to install and work perfectly. And here we go. So I can see here now, so my site domain is tomoyrl.local. You got an SSL cert. Don't really need to worry about any of this stuff. This is all exactly what we want it to be. So what we can do now is go straight up to this little admin button right here, and that's going to open up a new web page. Now, one thing I will say about local is that this is only on your machine. Now you can enable ways for you to be able to share it outside of your own machine, but for the most part, you will be the only person who can access this. If someone else goes to tomoyrl.local, nothing will be there because this is installed on my own personal computer, and I'm not telling my computer, hey, push this out to the world. This is only for me. So now we're going to enter in our username and password that we had set in the very beginning. And this is what WordPress looks like on the back end. Go away, Bitwarden. I hate you. So from here, we kind of have a lot of things, and it can kind of look a little daunting, and you don't know where you're going and what are all these things. I won't lie, you will never look at this page. So completely ignore pretty much everything here. No one is ever going to look at all this stuff. Now, it can be helpful, but for what we're planning on doing, it's not what we want to do. This is really tailored toward people with blogs and everything like that. Of course, you can use a blog. So the first thing it's telling us to do is that we can customize our site, or we can change our theme completely. And that's exactly what we're going to do. WordPress comes with usually 2, 3, or 4 themes pre-installed, depending on what time of year that you do it. And each of their basic themes are just named after what year it was. So here we have access to the 2021 theme, the 2019 theme, and the 2020 theme. We're not going to use any of these. So we actually want to go to, so here, yeah, we can customize our site. We can change it completely. This only actually lets us choose what's currently installed. But if we go down to appearance and themes over here, we can add a new theme. From here, then you have access to every single, well, most of the themes that get uploaded to the WordPress, and they are free to use. If they're not free to use, they don't show up here. Some themes do have a free version and a premium version. Again, most of the time, the free version is really going to do exactly what we want it to do. So now we're just going to try find a nice theme that'll be able to work nicely with us. I personally go for Astra. That's one of my go-tos. I also go for a lot of Genesis too, but again, these are completely overkill for exactly what we want to do here. So let's keep it simple. Again, you can always customize WordPress website whenever you want to, whenever you feel confident enough. Just remember to take a backup first before you start playing with stuff. So I'm looking for one that's going to have a real dark theme to it. And I see this here now is Signify Dark. And I'm just going to press install. Now you can, again, download this exact same theme. If you see something else that you might rather work with, completely up to yourself. Once that's downloaded, we're going to activate it. Then from here, we go to customize. This is what our website looks like. So if I go to tomoyrl.local, this is exactly what your website looks like. You just have some basic stuff here, just some sample things here, just a sample blog, just to kind of show you how blogs work, everything like that. WordPress comes with a lot of stuff just to be able to, you know, show you what's capable. Not going to worry about that. We are also going to ignore the pro. This is exactly what I was talking about. Some themes have a free and a pro version. When you download the free one, it is going to say, hey, you can get all this cool stuff with our pro version. 99% of the time, we don't need to worry about it. So first, we're going to go into the site identity, And we're going to take a look here and start customizing some things. So we can upload our logo. Ooh, very nice. Let's go upload my logo. So as you can see here, they also do have suggested image dimensions. Every theme is going to be a little bit different on what they recommend. This one says 250 by 250. I think I have some things close enough to that. Okay, so I don't really have anything like that. Most of my files are quite big, but I can see here 500 by 500. That should be fine. Again, if it's too big, we can always go into any tool like Photoshop or Paint, get something resized and drag it back in. Now this is quite dark and it's going on a dark website, so it might not look the best, but it's a good placeholder for now. Yeah, we can just crop that, that's no problem. And now, yeah, it's quite big. Well, that's fine. We'll leave it like this for now and we can resize it later. Let's not even show the Tomorrow URL and a tagline. Let's just hide it so then we just have our logo appearing here. So as you can see, you do not need to know how to code to be able to use WordPress. It's one of the greatest things about it. So here we can set our background color. So right now it's black. We can change it if we don't want a dark theme. I like to go for a dark bluey theme, to be honest. Get that kind of Discord dark mode kind of vibes from it. It's going to be different in every single theme, but now we have something called a header media. Let's see what it is. So we can upload MP4 videos. Uploading videos and having your server do all the encoding and decoding for any viewer on your site is not a great option. I would always recommend to use a YouTube option where you can. That means all your website has to do is tell YouTube, hey, play this video and put it here. Rather than your WordPress site trying to be, oh, we have to render this entire video, like we have to force it onto them. Is there any transcoding needed? Is it 1080p, but their internet isn't strong enough, so we need to lower the resolution to 480p. All of that stuff will have to happen on your website. It's just not great for performance. So I'd always recommend to use a YouTube URL. Now here we can actually customize our header too. It's absolutely cool. So let's add a new header. Let's just skip cropping and there we go. That is massive. But hey, if it's what we want, it's what we want. I'm not here to teach you exactly how to do it. I'm just here to help. So here we have menus. And menus are basically how you group pages and how you display them across. So let's say we're going to create a new menu and we're going to say this menu should be, I don't know, let's say the menu right here. So let's just call it the main menu. It's going to be our primary menu. So that tells our theme. This goes right here. We can add items to this. So if they want to click to be able to go home, perfect. What else is really great about this is if you had posts, you could pin posts here to basically blog posts to make them look like actual just straight up pages. If you've basically a post with a lot of information that you want people to see, any pages that you create are also here, and you can also add custom links too. So let's say I want to link my YouTube, for example. I can just go https://youtube.com/TomoIRL. The link text is going to be YouTube. Let's add it to the menu. And right here now on my website, there is a button right there. We don't have any pages right now, so we'll get out of that. We'll start looking into widgets. Now widgets are going to display in different areas depending on your theme. Right here, we have a sidebar over here on the right hand side. This is like our main body, so anything that we choose to put here can go here. And then we also have the footers here too. Let's take a look at the sidebar. Yeah, welcome to block widgets. It's been out for a few years now. Let's calm down. So here we can see there's a recent post one. We don't really want that. So let's get rid of it. Sometimes these can be also hard to display. I'm not a huge fan of what WordPress are doing with the widgets, but I know it's going to be fine soon. So let's just completely remove everything. So here we can see we have our empty widgets here. So let's say if we wanted to add a paragraph, just be like, hey, thanks for coming to my website. Pogger. Now, any page that they go on to, this will be right here, obviously, unless you tell the page not to display this. Let's say we could also embed stuff, so we can browse all of these. So let's say I want to link to my Discord. Now, so we're going to take the code from that pre-made widget with the iframe and everything like that. And we're going to go over here. We're going to type in HTML. So that's all it is. We're going to paste it in here. And here we go. We can see Our Discord is here. We can see there's 27 members online, everything like that. Now there is actually some custom Discord widgets that you can download from different places. May it be the plugin section on WordPress, or may it even be through a third party. Again, the choice is up to yours. I'm just showing you the basic Discord one here. Other ones are the exact same, so you can do whatever you want. Let's say we don't want these archives. No problem. Let's just delete them. Again, we could add whatever we wanted in here. So let's just say we want text, right? Copy right off my Pogger. Discord, can you stop with the pings? Who cares? This is just for testing, just to show you guys. If I even press the Windows C, now if we even go for the copyright logo, copyright emoji, there we go. Now, let's not worry about much other things here now. Your homepage settings can be quite important. It basically tells WordPress, hey, do you just want my website, when people go to, let's say, tomirl.com, do they want to go to the latest blog post that I've made, or do I want a static page? For our instance, we're going to choose a static page. Now, we don't actually currently have one. We can just press this, add new page, let's call it home. Then for our posts then, do we want to have a section for all of our blog posts to be basically put into? And we can create one of those too. So we call it blog. So here we can see this is what our homepage looks like. And this, oh, and I can't go back to it because it's not in the thing. That's okay. Go to menus, main menu, pages. So now we can actually remove this just in case it's not correct, even though we know it is. Actually, no, there's no need to. And we're going to add our blog. You know what, we will actually remove that just because it's duplicating there. So now, there we go. So here, this is our home page and this is our blog page. Now you're probably wondering, how do I put text in here? How do I type everywhere? How do I do that stuff? We'll get to that now in the next few minutes. We're going to keep making our way down. We're going to go into theme options. Now every theme is going to be a little different. You can change basically what fonts you use, which way you do this, that, or the other thing. You know, it's all, again, completely up to yourself, whatever you'd like. A whole lot of customization options will basically happen in here. If you're ever confused on how do I change this setting or that setting, you'll see the little blue pencil in a lot of places. And that's basically just a quick way to get there. So let's say I just don't want this picture here now. It's quite big, which it is, to be fair. So we can just click on that and we can just say disabled. There we go. Makes the site look a whole lot cleaner, apart from our big logo, of course. Now, if you know how to write CSS code, you can put it in here and you can tell different places and locations to use and access those specific CSS code files. It's not really relevant to us though, because if you knew how to write CSS, you're probably not watching this video. So we're pretty much done in here. So we can press publish. And what that's going to do is once I refresh this page, it's all going to be all the changes that exactly we wanted. Now, as this is running on your local machine, it might take a little bit here. So here we can actually see the hero setting did actually work and we are displaying this here. We don't want that though, so I am going to remove that. So go in here, hero content, and disable. Let's republish it. Let's refresh, and there it's gone. So now when I press the YouTube link, it's gonna go straight to my YouTube channel. And when we press the blog post, it's gonna go straight to all of our blogs. So that's really how simple it is. If any parts of that didn't make sense, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to be able to help. In our next video, we're going to be talking about how to actually embed your live streams onto it. And then down the road, we're also going to look into hosting options to be able to get your website up, running, and live pretty much as cheap as possible and get you some views on your website. Now, after that, that's basically the fundamentals done. But if you wanted to keep following along too, we might talk about web stores. We might talk about how to maybe drop ship any merch that you make. So let's say if you have a merch line that you want to create, basically a way that you don't need to handle any of the creation, the postage, the payments, anything like that at all. And it's all done on the fly for you. But that's been it for this video, guys. Anyway, please do not forget to press like if you enjoyed it. Share this video around with other people who might be able to help also. And again, the link for the playlist is down below. My name has been Tomo. Love and appreciate y'all. Goodbye.